Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha, with 107 chapters and ongoing, by the studio that brought you Solo Leveling. Return of the Disaster Class Hero, and Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. The mobile gacha game, Pick Me Up, is known for being brutally difficult, and no one has been able to clear a dungeon. Loki, the fifth among all the world's masters, loses consciousness while trying to clear the dungeon. Upon waking up, Loki finds himself turned into a 1-star level 1 hero, Islet Han. It's him, I'm certain he's the one who brought me here. In order to return to Earth, he must lead novice masters and heroes and break through the 100th floor of the dungeon. You messed with the wrong person. This is the story of Master Loki, who is forced to carry everyone to victory and cannot afford a single defeat. The Executioner. A hero should never kill anyone, not even the worst of villains. Gangyu could never understand why his team of heroes lived by those words, but he tried his best to do the same, until the villain who wiped out his squad killed his brother in prison. Gangyu breaks his vow and enters Ruculus with permission to kill as the prison's executioner. Now, he must fight his way through the villains to kill the worst of them all. Insanely talented player. It has been 6 years since the game to decide the world's fate began. The strongest player, Hero King Kong Yusung, who has never lost his first place as the top ranker, greets a new season. It was over for me a very long time ago. I'm just doing this for the money. Provocation stat increasing exponentially. The Clown Lord expresses satisfaction with contractor's behavior. The survival journey of a player with insane talent begins now. Reformation of the Deadbeat Noble. Irene Pereira is a boy who sleeps to run away from reality. People mocked him, calling him a deadbeat, but he had no wish to change. Until one day, he dreamt of a swordsman. It was a dream about a talentless man who had been training by swinging his sword for decades. Solo Leveling, Ragnarok. The Earth's existence is under threat once more as Itarim, the gods of other universes, seek to fill the void left by the Absolute Being. Sung Jinwoo has no choice but to send Beru, the Shadow Ant King, to awaken his son's powers and start him on the journey he once took. Suho must conquer the Shadow Dungeon and earn his place in the world of hunters as he navigates through a new world against a new evil looking to swallow the world whole. Absolute Regression. Please send me back to the past. If he cannot not kill that person in this era, he just needs to go back to the past. The man used the Great Regression technique to cross time, going back to the past he desired so much. The unrivaled swordsman, who had lost everything, his family, friends, and life. This is his first step to taking his revenge. Player who can't level up. Gigyu Kim awakened as a player at the age of 18. He thought his life was on the track to success, climbing the tower and closing the gates. But even after clearing the tutorial, he was level 1. He killed a goblin a day, and he was still level 1. Even after 5 years, he was still level 1. Who would have thought that this kind of player would exist? No one knew. I awoke as a god after auto-battling for 1,000,000 years. With the descent of another world upon Earth, humanity faced an impending apocalyptic crisis as countless monsters emerged from rifts, sweeping and bringing chaos all throughout the cities. In order to adapt to this new world, humans changed occupations, with each nation focusing on raising the strongest professions so that they could compete for glory on the other world's conquest leaderboard. When the legendary monarch of the Dragon Kingdom, who had been dormant for millions of years, finally awoke with the resources he had accumulated over the span of 1,000,000 years, all the bosses of the other world trembled. And every S-rank professional across the world couldn't help but kneel in awe. Demon King. The great Orthodox-unorthodox war that divided the world of martial artists ended with the victory of the demonic cult. Despite the domination of the demonic cult, the successor of the demonic cult was assassinated as a part of a great scheme. And the brother of the successor returned from the shadows to get revenge. The eldest son of the demonic cult, Hyuk Raiwonwi, is a survivor of the Purple Cloud Island, a place also known as the Land of the Dead. He infiltrates the top training facility in the demonic cult in order to get to the bottom of the scheme and ends up meeting a secret master martial artist of the Orthodox faction, Bai Sol. The two help each other out and develop special feelings in the process. Thus begins the domination of Hyuk Raiwonwi, who will eventually come to be called the Demon King. The regressed son of a duke is an assassin. Cyan Vert, the best assassin of the continent, meets a pitiful death after having been betrayed by his own brother, whom he had trusted all his life. If I were given another chance at life, I would live it differently. I would only trust myself, and achieve all the things I want on my own without serving anyone else but myself. That is how I was given a second chance at life. The Cyan Vert, a shadow who lived for others, is no more. I will now pave a path on my own, for myself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.